Retro God, back at your neck piece like tech fleece. You already know. Today's episode, dog, pump it up. That's what we're doing. Yo, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, in case you want to get rolled up on, dog. Shit. You already know what we're about to do. Throw these hoes on a turntable, make them dance for me and all that. Let's hit the turntable. Whoa. All right, YouTube, here we are again with the Omni Zone 2 pump. Yeah, so anyways, as usual, let's take a look at this upper. First thing you're probably gonna notice is this like nubuck. It has that kind of patterned, textured feel to it like the Kamikaze in certain sections, but they decided to go with this for the primary material of the shoe. You know, you got a little bit of mesh there for some aeration holes, but they kept this plastic piece, and that's part of the design of the Omni Zone 2. This paint job is, you know, it's questionable, but I actually do like the way that this plastic piece is in comparison to the Omni Zone, the earlier releases, the black and the white version. This gotta be one of the first Nerf collabs in history, because like before this, I don't remember anything coming out, to tell you the truth. And if there was a Nerf collab before this, I ain't know about it. Anyways, you have this like pink kind of you know, it's like a hyper pink kind of a color, and the texture on there is actually pretty dope. You have this like speckled paint design, and I mean it's pretty cool if you think about it. And it leads into the inner, which is a neoprene inner, of course. The tongue, obviously, like the other pair, has a Nerf kind of a ball feel to it, but we'll get into that in a second. Your laces are pretty standard in that basketball net style lacing system, you know what I mean, leading into the toe box. And the toe box does have a nice splatter design to it. You know, you have that black nubuck, the black textured kind of nubuck. It's almost like a cracked skin kind of effect they have there, but you know, the paint job on here is really amazing, and I really do like this part of the shoe. You know, you have your Nerf branding there in the neon yellow with the blue ball. You know what I mean? You have a white panel here on the midsole. You got black on the midsole, and it leads around into the back here where you got these like Power Ranger lightning bolts. Now, they're not as crazy as the Kamikazes designs, but I still rate it. It's one of those ones that less is more, and like, look at them, it's pretty fire, to tell you the truth. I like this shoe better than the other Omnis, man. I'm not even gonna front. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, man. The Omni pumps are alright until I got them in hand. The one thing I do miss is that sleeve. I really did appreciate that on the first pair, but the coolest part of the shoe, in my opinion, is obviously the tech that they have here, and that's the pump. And you know, they decided to kind of give you a Nerf ball here, and it's very functional. It's kind of sturdy. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break or anything like that. And you know, sometimes you think that these things are cheap on these shoes, but this really feels premium. You know, this kind of give you a Nerf ball effect. Now, this is some thick rubber that's on here, and it might look fugazi, but it's actually pretty good. You know, you have your release valve here to let the pressure go, and obviously I'm going to do an on foot for you guys. Now, whether or not the pump really is functional on these, I keep pumping it up and they're saying they're not feeling nothing change. Well, this ain't from the 90s. This is a retro, fam. It don't mean that you're gonna get the same tech as the actual original. You know, you get something close to it, but it ain't gonna be the same. You know, you got some Reebok branding here on the tongue, and the tongue is pretty, like, you know, it's pretty fluffy. They gotta add a decently fluffy tongue, because you know, with this pump technology in here, this stuff has to be very functional, and you know, it has to work. You know, the last pair I had, it didn't really felt like it worked. But anyways, you see the lace tips here, and on just like the other pair, it says Reebok or nothing. I like the black laces with the yellow lace tips. That's actually really cool, and I like the contrast on that. Yo, the only one problem with these Nerf guns is, yo, you need a steady supply of replacement darts, because these joints be going missing like crazy, dog. You know how many of these darts I lost in my lifetime? Let's take a look at the interior, man, because that's kind of where the magic begins. All right, so we have the insole of the first shoe, and it's obviously very reminiscent of the box. You have the snake, that cobra or whatever kind of python or whatever that is. I ain't no snake expert, but a wicked design. That's not gonna go anywhere for a while. It's gonna stay just like that, I'm pretty sure. So pretty cool design on the insole for the right shoe. Look at this. This insole is actually really cool, man. You got this pump and this kind of like graffiti bubble lettering, and it's really cool, man. Kind of gives you that, like, you know, that 90s spray paint graffiti artist kind of feel, you know what I mean, with some of that pink splatter on there, that texture, and that's just really cool designing, man. I don't think these are ortholites because the ortholites actually come in the Kamikazes, so I think these are regular Reebok insoles. And you know what I mean? I do think that these insoles are better than the other Kamikaze insoles, to tell you the truth. I mean, the designs on these is super cool. Obviously, not many people are gonna get the chance to see this when you have them on foot, but who cares, dog? That's wicked. You're gonna see them, so that's all that matters. As I was saying in my last review, some of these Nerf scrimmages in the States was getting crazy. Y'all got some of the best Nerf gunfights that's ever been had, and especially when you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, the big heat. You see the big heat come out at those events, that's for sure. That is a basic rundown of these shoes. There's not too much to them. Now, I am a little bit unimpressed with the way that the pump actually works in these. I do know that it doesn't wrap all the way around the foot. The pump is primarily in the tongue, so it's not like you're gonna get this huge, you know, solid grabbing feel. For the most part, I wouldn't expect the pump to be super functional on these. I mean, it is gonna do its job to some degree, but I mean, you really need to make sure that you get the right size. Now, when we're talking about sizing, you definitely are gonna wanna go true to size. There's nothing wrong with going up half a size, to tell you the truth, because these are pumps. That's what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to have a little bit of extra wiggle room, and you're supposed to be able to put the shoes in, pump it up, and you know, it kind of gets to a custom fit. But man, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with the design of these shoes. They are bangers, and I am actually pretty happy with the packaging. And you know, I always bitch about the boxes, so they gave me a good box this time, so I ain't got nothing to complain about. But overall, branding on the shoe is really cool. Nerf did a good job of branding themselves on the shoe. You ain't gonna get confused as to what these are. I can't wait to see these on road and on foot because the design is super sick, especially in the toe box section. I really like how that looks. Man, I hope this isn't the last Reebok collaboration with anybody, because they seem to be doing a wicked job, man. You got the Ghostbusters, they're doing Halloween themes. Yo, Reebok's the shit. They're telling the best stories in all of sneakers right now, even over Nike. And you know, the shoe's made of what seems to be decent materials. Like when I give it the booty squeeze test, yeah, there's a little bit of J-Lo action going up in there. But so let's replace one of these shoes. We got the Kamikaze here. Now we got both. We got both on deck. You know what I'm saying? And you guys can kind of choose which one you think is better. And obviously both shoes don't look like this, but you know, this is part of the Nerf line, the two of the baddest shoes from the this Nerf drop that just released. Let me know what you guys think of these shoes, man. I mean, make sure, obviously, if you guys did not check out the Kamikaze 2 review on these baddies, make sure you check that out, because yeah, it's a long episode, but there's a lot on these shoes to cover, including the wicked 3M that comes and pops on these. Let me know what you guys think of these in the comment section, man. You know, it's just one of those things where Reebok has just been doing such a good job branding themselves and, you know, pretty much putting these stories out for people. And, you know, it's helping to revive the brand. I know Reebok's been struggling in the sales quarters recently, and don't ask me why, because they've been using some quality materials. Now, there are two other models. I know that you guys saw the lows that they have. They have the Kamikaze lows, which pretty much look like this, except the low top version. And they have another pump Omni 2, but it's in like an orange and green colorway. And I just thought that this one was way more fire to review for you guys. One thing I really wonder about is if these are actually really functional basketball shoes. I mean, they're marketed as basketball shoes, but I have a feeling most people are going to be wearing these strictly for aesthetic and pretty much casually. The colors are out there, but you can't really hate on this shoe, man. It's just really well built. Obviously, it has a really nice feeling inner. It's neoprene, so it's gonna feel really nice on foot. It's gonna slide on really good. These shoes should be good to last. I don't think you need to really do anything to these. I mean, you could spray them down, but I mean, the way the Nubuck's set up and stuff, it feels kind of like waterproofed already. It already feels kind of like, yeah, like a waterproof. Anyways, yeah, before I forget, let's look at this outsole, man. You got this glorious blue, yellow, and black outsole, and the design factor here is really cool. You know, they just did a really good job with the color contrast on the shoes, man. They could have put anything anywhere, and they really got it right. And like, kudos to Reebok, man. I just think that they did a really good job on these shoes. Obviously, the hexalite's not real or whatever. It's the Fugazi hexalite, but you know, we're gonna work on that. Yo. We're gonna get at Reebok and tell them to drop that hexalite back to what it used to be. Well, I don't think we're getting any real hexalite anytime soon, unfortunately, but you know, I'm gonna keep harassing Reebok until they put some hex light up in these joints. 'Cause you know what I'm saying? That could be one of the new revolutionary techs. Maybe they're reworking it. Maybe they're finding a way to make it better. Who knows? Did you guys cop these joints, or are you waiting for them to restock, or did you say, nah, fam, they're too loud for me to even put in my closet? Let me know in the comment section. You guys hit that like and subscribe button. You already know I told you. If you don't hit it, you're getting rolled upon, son. You already know. Retro got back with another one. Yo, dog, invite me to a scrimmage, you know? Anyways, you already know On Foot coming up next. Don't miss out on the On Foot, eh? You might be surprised. And I'm gonna show you guys what these look like before you spend your hard-earned bread as usual. Let's go to the On Foot.
Perfect.